Good morning. It's Margie, the bootleg knitter, and I'm looking a little peaked today. I just said I'm tired. I had Pennsylvania Farm Shows this week. I had Angora Palooza on Tuesday. So that's where you take it's not fleece, it's the hair of the rabbit, and you spin it and you make a scarf of a certain length, and it's a competition. And I was just the alternate, but it was a good thing I was there with my wheel because one of the main spinners, excuse me, I'm gonna adjust a little bit. One of the main spinners, she was getting out of the car and her wheel fell out of the car and fell on the ground and broke. So she had used my wheel once before when she had a problem with her wheel. So I just gave her again a quick tutorial on the Kromsky, how to get the bobbin off and so forth. So she used my wheel for the competition. And I basically, for 2.5 hours, I stood there and they had an Angora rabbit on a table. So I petted the rabbit, make sure it didn't decide to jump to freedom. And I answered questions from the audience. So it was a really fun 2.5 hours. And the team took second, so it was pretty cool. Just because the warp was a little too short. The one person just messed up a little bit on the count of the warp. It happens. We're human. A really pretty scarf. And then yesterday was sheep to shaw, where you have to take the sheep and the shearer shears it, and excuse me, and then I'm the flicker, so I flick for 2.5 hours. So I'm gonna have my arm right in here. Oh yeah, it's sore and it's a little swole. Not gonna lie. So my arm is pretty sore. My thumbs hurt. I got my thumb a couple times, but my hands hurt. My arms hurt in here. It's a lot of work flicking for 2.5 hours. You got to go really really fast, and then you hand your spinners the fiber. They spin it. It goes to another person who plies it and puts it on a bobbin, and then the weaver weaves the shawl. So we didn't come in the best place. We didn't come in last. We finished on time. You know, it is what it is. We've won a couple of competitions. Actually, we've won a lot of competitions. I don't know. Sometimes the design works. Sometimes the design doesn't work. You know, maybe they don't like it, whatever. We had a great time. And I had a farm show milkshake on Tuesday, and I had a farm show milkshake yesterday too. Excuse me, they are absolutely delicious. So I'm a little stuffy because when you're flicking, I can't wear a mask. Number one, it fogs my glasses. Number two, with my asthma, I feel like I really can't breathe, and I start to get like, I don't know, just can't. So I did take precautions. Yesterday, I have special medication I use to help prevent getting sick, and but in the meantime, you're also breathing in a lot of the stuff that's coming off the fleece. And of course, I had to go check out the sheep because I just love sheep. I do not have sheep, but most of my friends do. And so I went and checked out the sheep, and I was petting the sheep, and I'm out there with the hay. And then when our sheep came in, I was spreading the hay around. I was petting her. She was huge. She was she was Godzilla sheep. Yeah. So I did post some pictures on my Instagram page. You can go look from yesterday. It was a lot of fun, but I'm tired. I slept at a friend's house Tuesday night, and that was great because she only lives 10 minutes from the farm show. And it was really great because it was raining. They actually have a creek that is usually a tiny creek behind the farm show, and it was no longer a tiny creek, overflowed into the parking lot. It actually went up into my grill. The water was so high, so I had to go through it to get out on Tuesday night. So I drove through the water, and it was all good. Slept at a friend's house. I did sleep okay, but it's a lot of nerves. You're nervous. It's a lot emotionally. Getting ready for farm show, the preparation, it's a lot of work. So I got home last night. Excuse me, I had a cup of tea and a protein bar because I definitely did not eat enough protein when I was gone. And I didn't eat enough of anything. So I had a bar, and then I went to sleep. So now I'm up, and I want to show you our next step on our socks. Okay, so we did the main part of the sock, we did the heel, we turned the heel. So now we're ready for the next step. So when you turn your heel, remember I had you slip the first stitch, and that makes a little hole on the side right here. Makes little holes. You can see them it's hard to see because my yarn is dark, but you can actually see all the little holes on the side from when you slip that first stitch. So depending on the number of stitches you did your heel, is going to determine how many stitches you're going to pick up on the side. So after we turn the heel, you're going to make sure you have just finished a knit row. And I did 20 stitches for my heel. So I'm going to pick up 10 stitches. If you did 30 stitches, you're going to pick up 15 stitches. Okay, so that's why I said when you do your heel, make sure it's an even number, because that way you just divide it in half. If you did 40 stitches, you're going to pick up 20. Right? Easy, right? So the easiest way to pick up the stitches, first I make sure I find I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I know what the 10 I'm going to pick up are, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so my first one is right here. So here I go, not that one. Here's my first one. I'm going to use a crochet hook. So I go from the outside in, okay? From the outside in, I'm going to go into the hole. Here's my first hole. Okay, I'm going to grab, whoops, I wrote there the needle. I'm going to grab my yarn and pull it through the hole. Now I'm going to do that 10 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So again, there's all my 10 stitches. And by going from the outside in, your edge is going to be inside the sock, so you do not see it. Okay? Excuse me. So now these 10 stitches, I'm going to place on my first needle. Let me just double check a minute. I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Okay. So I'm going to put my 10 stitches on my heeled needle. Here we go. And remember, I had 11 stitches on that needle. So there I go. I got my 10 stitches that I picked up on the one side. Now this is the top of your sock that you have not been knitting for a while. Okay, this is going to be the top of your foot. So now I'm just going to do a quick knit across. And just knit across real fast. All right, here we go. Knit across. Dun, 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 dun. So we had the biggest sheep at Farm Show, and her name is Elsa. When she first came in, she wasn't too happy, and she kept trying to escape. So for a while, we had to stand around the side and, like, you know, calm her down. But Elsa does not like me. Most sheep really like me, but the only time Elsa has ever seen me is when she got a shower and she got a mani-pedi, which, again, she did not like. And the next time she saw me is when I was brushing her to fluff out the fiber. So Elsa kept giving me this side eye. So once I left, she actually calmed down, and we had this volunteer for the farm show named Kara, who she just fell in love with her and actually got in the pen with her with a chair, excuse me, and sat with Elsa the entire time except when she was being short. Okay, so I knit across all the stitches from the top of my foot. Now I'm going to take my crochet hook once again, which here it is. I'm going to need this needle in a minute. I'm just going to put it right there. All right. So I know I don't match, but my hair is wet because I just took a shower this morning after trying to ease some muscle aches in the hot tub. And my husband was so sweet. He got me my sweater. He got me my hat, put a blankie on me in my chair. So he took care of me. So I don't match, but I don't care because it's warm and cozy. And this is one of my hat patterns. I call it the binary hat because you're using two different, you use the crochet and knitting. So 2 for binary. So if you want this pattern, just kind of reach out to me. Yeah. And I'll give it to you for free. It's a cute little pattern. All right. So now again, I'm on the next side. I'm going to make sure I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So I'm going to go right here, right? Let me just double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so here's my first one right here. Here we go. So again, I'm going to go in the hole that's on the side that slip stitch created, and I'm going to grab it with my crochet hook and pull it through the hole. Again, outside in. Same thing. Here we go. Go in and grab. Go in and grab. So I'm again picking up 10 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I got my 10 stitches, right? Beautiful. So now, these 10 stitches, I'm going to take my needle I just had. I'm going to slip them off the end of my crochet hook onto my knitting needle. See how easy that is? It just makes it so much easier when you use a crochet hook. I mean, sometimes I can use the needle, but a crochet hook is just so much easier. 9, 10. Okay, so now I'm going to take, this is the heel. Remember I put the other side on that? I'm going to take half of these stitches. And that's why I counted them. I had 11. So I'm going to put 7 on this one. Actually, I'm just going to knit them across. I'm going to knit 7 across to put them on this one. Here we go. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. So now I have half my heels on this side, half my heel stitches on this side with the 10, the other half of the heel stitches on this side with the other 10 that I picked up. So this is what it should look like. It looks, you know, you got like a little teepee going on. All right, so now you have to decide your decrease. But I'm going to stop this video here because I don't want it to get too long. So this is how you pick up the stitches. And now my next video, I will show you what you do after you pick up the stitches. So take your time, pick up the stitches, and then the next video will be waiting for you. Okay, I'm going to do that like as soon as I finish this one. So y'all have a great day and happy knitting.